Good evening, everyone. We're here tonight for another SGLIVE 2021 matchup. Tonight we have chessjerk versus eatmysteel. This should be a good one. We're still in the group stages of the Zelda Randomizer tournament. The scenario is chessjerk wins, he moves on to bracket. And if Steel wins, Sci-Town will move on from their group. So Steel playing the spoiler role tonight. This should be a really good race. Just waiting for everything to go. Should be any second now. Welcome in, Slamu. You there?
Hey, Shaddy. Figured I'd jump in and help out here.
Awesome. Welcome, Big Slamu to the booth.
Honestly, two of the best. It's fun watching these guys play.
All right, here we go. Should be a good one. Oh, wow. Any key out of the gate. Amazing.
It's not a sword or a wand, but it'll work.
Yeah, it saves you from clearing so many rooms in the dungeons. It's really speed things up.
Especially with Heart Shuffle off, right? I mean, they're not finding any weapons on the floor or any items on the floor, so they got to dig. Key will help with that.
Looks like another night of miserable small secrets. It's pretty much the case in this. We are playing Second Quest Mixed, which is not very much money. And Steel with a sword out of the gate.
Yeah, that sub 1 minute sword is a big deal. If CJ doesn't get it in the next, 5 minutes or so, it's a big time sink.
Yeah, you'd think he's probably gonna up A out of here and then head right over there. Ooh, the medium secret. Pretty much as it can be tonight. Maybe we'll have some money.
I mean, I'm sure the door repairs will take it all from him. I mean, hopefully it will.
We can only hope. Well, you're not gonna need much money anyway. You're not buying keys. No, they'll be okay. Steel with the candle grab. Not sure how chessjerk missed that screen. He must have walked up to Vanilla 5 there. But I'm sure he will be back there quickly once he gets his sword. chessjerk froze for a second there, but he got his sword. He's on his way. I'd imagine he's going to go right back up to that other spot and pull his candle as well.
I ended death for CJ right in that room. I think those guys are frustrated with those early deaths. Neither one's going to hurt that much, though.
The Blugarias on the overworld starting out is just a recipe for disaster. They don't miss. They do a heart of damage, and they will eat you up.
Looks like Steel got the bomb farm. CJ did too, so they're both going to have a set of bombs now. So they've got everything they need, right? I mean, look for a recorder, maybe a power bracelet, but no, we're basically good to start.
Yep, as we move along, eventually one level is item blocked, whether it's ladder, recorder, raft, or bracelet. So we'll need an item eventually, but the way these flags have played out, it's usually one or maybe two. I haven't seen a lot of seeds where it's a lot of levels that are item blocked. And stealing the 6 real quick. And chessjerk's probably going to be right behind him. You can see already that any key, like, you know, Steel would have had to leave. Just pop right through the key door. On he goes. It adds up as the seed goes on. Looks like we have Lionel's in here. It's always a good time early. 3 hearts, wood sword.
Grubs could be overworld, could be in the dungeons. I think they're dungeons almost exclusively at this point because we've seen a fair amount of overworld already. A lot of red bubbles. The nice thing is with the new update, we're guaranteed blue bubbles somewhere. Just not guaranteed easy to get.
Somewhere being the key. Another possible stair room for chessjerk.
Not the most exciting in a red candle, but I mean, you'll take it. At least now you know you're dig for an item. You're just looking for Triforce.
Yep, so in this flag set, there's only one item in most dungeons, exception being 1, 8, and 9. We'll all have 2 items. So now they have the item out of 6. They are just looking for the Triforce. They will bounce. It's crazy to see these guys just basically going step by step so far.
Right. every dungeon, every item, every room, basically. I mean, they're varying a little bit now with chessjerk trying to go to the southeast corner and Steel was trying to get deeper in the dungeon there. Looks like a potential ladder block heading into the west side of the dungeon. And I think both of them don't have a sword anymore. Steel saving out to get his sword back. CJ still doesn't have his sword.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense on these flags, especially where that's right next to start. You know, you grab the item. So go ahead, get out of there, come back later.
Yeah, save it for another time. I think CJ just realized the same thing. He's gonna bail. I'm interested without hearts being in the mix. How into grabbing hearts is chessjerk gonna be? Is he gonna keep digging? I don't think he keeps digging dungeons for hearts, but he's the one that always has to collect them.
Most of the time, they have a way of finding him. I'm guessing we'll get to the end, and somehow he'll have way more than Steel. It's just so funny how that works.
So I didn't have a chance to check. Are these guys both playing for a chance at the first spot in their group, or?
If chessjerk wins, he's through to the bracket. Steel is in the spoiler role tonight. If Steel wins, Sci-Town moves on from the group. In the end, they'll all finish up 2-1, but due to tiebreakers, Sci-Town holds the edge over Steel. I don't think there's any scenario in which Steel can win and pass him.
Even with that max 30-minute victory or whatever, that wouldn't.
Even with the max 30-minute victory. And Steel's aware, but he's still going to put up the fight.
I say I don't think Steel's afraid of playing spoiler.
Both these guys have been around a long time. So, really, it'll be interesting to see. Eventually, they're going to have to go different ways, you would think. Interested to see what happens once they diverge a little bit.
Yeah, early letter and potion there for chessjerk. That's kind of nice. So not for the health as much as the removing the bubble curse. Here's our first look at the raft, or the ladder spot, and it's the whistle. So the recorder will be on the coast. Potentially required.
That puts finding the ladder into play. Looked like 6 might have been ladder block 2, so a lot of times these seeds are find the ladder. Looks like no exception tonight.
Quick 9 find for chessjerk down there on the south coast. I think it's a 14 or a 15 on the door repair, so that's not too bad. They actually should be able to hold on some dollars here. Steel finding 8. They're finding all the big dungeons first, which is not the easiest thing to do on 3 hearts, but depending on the enemy set. First way looks ladder blocked. Second way, it's open. Steel's still gonna dig.
Yeah, he'll be interested to see how long he spends in here. I feel like, maybe find one item and get out. But you got bunnies in here, which are gonna take forever.
chessjerk on the 3rd try gets that block clip. Too many blue darknets on that screen to try to do the block clip, and it's all for 6 rupees.
So once again, we're playing what we call mixed quest, which is a combination of first and second quest spots. Some are there, some are not. So you have to check them all. Steel does well to clear out the bunny. Gets a Triforce. I can't imagine he's going to go back in, but we'll see. And chessjerk right behind him. We'll see what he does in 8. It'll be interesting to see if he takes the time to clear this room or not. I probably would have powered through and just kept going. Yeah, you can see chessjerk has opted to do the same. We'll see if he runs into any items here.
So far, it looks like we've got. I mean, all the bottom mid-tier enemies are rolling up, and chessjerk taking a arrow from the Gria there and getting knocked down. Give him another chance. Well, I guess he hasn't got north yet, so he might see this and bail. I think there's a ladder block right here. He might be done.
Steel about to stumble into 9.
Yeah, I mean, neither one of them have gone west of like, that starting screen basically. So eventually somebody's got to go over to Death Mountain or the start screen, things like that. But they'll take their time.
Oh man, so second time through after dying. Looks like chessjerk is going to clear this room. So he'll probably grab his Triforce and bail as well. Be interesting to see if we have to come back to 8. Could be an item 1 room away somewhere there.
Yeah, I think the only real punish there is if the ladder is in 8, because then you've got to. Oh, he's gonna dive. He's gonna go back in for more.
Finally, they're doing something different. So we'll See how this pays off.
Yeah, Steel's finally catching up in that last little bit overworld that chessjerk's done. Depends on where he's going. If he finds another dungeon quick, he might be able to find something to get ahead. But other than that, they're still basically, I mean, exactly tied. The only difference is Steel has wood arrows and chessjerk has a potion.
Stair room here for chessjerk. You can get through the snakes.
Is this a guaranteed stair here?
I believe it's guaranteed because the item was already on the ground there.
It's a transfer. Steel, meanwhile, walks into 2. 2 is interesting when we've got no heart shuffle on because there's still an item on the floor as well as that heart container. So just a different thing because you're not just searching for the staircase. He does look like he might be blocked out of there at this point because neither one of the bombs worked and he's ladder blocked in the other direction. And the pirouette didn't work. Oh, he's got one direction left. It opens up for him. chessjerk playing Ring Around the Rosie with those Lemolas again. And Diamond Staircase into the Red Ring for chessjerk. Red Ring is going to quadruple his health, essentially, basically taking him to 12 hearts worth of life. At his skill level, that basically makes him unkillable.
Yeah, and really should speed him up quite a bit. Oh, I was going to say, that's way too easy if that second item is right there. Luckily, the block doesn't push. Continues diving. I think Red Ring will probably keep him in here as well.
Oh, geez. Picking up that map, that is the most horrendous 9 I've seen in a long time.
It is just spread out like you couldn't believe. So 2 is split. It's always a good time. Normally, 99% of the time, 2 is solid along with 1. But tonight the maps have split. Still no item for Steel.
Second item in 8 is the blue boomerang, so chessjerk's going to leave that alone, grab those bombs, and up A and get out of there. So that's a full clear in 8. 8 is not required, so Steel does not need to go back tonight.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how that plays out. Like you said, I mean, Red Ring will certainly speed up chessjerk, but at the same time, Steel doesn't need to go back, so it'll save him some time.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of time that chessjerk's been in there, Steel hasn't done much in 2 yet, but, I mean, chessjerk's probably going to do the same thing when he finds 2, and there's a fair amount of digging to do with it, so. And the white sword item is the bow tonight, so as soon as they find a couple of heart containers, they'll have the bow there right around the lake. Steel finds a heart container. That could be the heart container, or that could be the shuffled heart container. We don't know, so he's gonna keep digging. Obviously needs a Triforce and an item out of here still.
Ugh, these bunny rooms with the the bubbles. It's not fun. It takes a long time.
Looks like Steel's
Meanwhile,
gonna bail on 2. He took a 50-50 with his last bomb and it didn't pay out, so he might farm some bombs here quick off these guys and get back in there.
chessjerk has found 3. Also has a transport. So we're gonna have some fun maps tonight, it looks like.
A lot of red bubbles, no Wizrubs yet. Surprised. Sorry, chessjerk. Commentator curse right there. There's the Wizrubs.
Well done, Slayman.
I do what I can. I mean, he's got the red ring already. This should be, I mean, this shouldn't be that hard. It's not like there's 8 of those blue Wizrubs in this room. Now that I say that, that key door to the left is going to have 8 blue Wizrubs.
Oh, interesting. I think he found a... Is that a second transport in 3? Well, now we need to see the map and see what we're dealing with here.
If 2 transports, there's a guaranteed item, and it's the ladder. That's a big pickup. Race to the ladder, so he's got it. That means he's got more access than 6, and he's also got the recorder wherever he wants it.
Yeah, that's a huge get. It'll be interesting to see which way Steel heads out of here. Whether he heads up or if he heads over the dead woods and misses 3 altogether.
There's your map for 3. Holy cow.
Oh, look at that. I so hope Triforce is in one of those single rooms.
Steel's still bashing his head against the wall a little bit, trying to get to that Triforce in 2. He's also looking for the item. He hasn't found it yet, so... One of these times he'll also have 124 rupees to take those bombs.
It's interesting. He has not found the map yet either. He has cleared a lot of rooms. chessjerk finding the compass in 3. Fortunately, it is not in one of the single rooms. Hey, you're right. Still got enough rupees and grab the bomb upgrade and bail. So it appears that that might be ladder blocked. Maybe both the item and the Triforce. It was the good upgrade as well. 6 bombs, 6 extra bombs for Steel. Yeah, so you can see now Steel is heading west. We know he needs to get to level 3. But we'll see. I mean, you know, see how many levels that ladder is actually required for. You know, he'll get there eventually. Chessjerk with the ladder should be able to get the Triforce here. See what the item is in here as well. He also has enough money. Everybody's rich tonight.
The nice Pepto-Bismol pink too. No compass means chessjerk's gonna up A and try again in the other direction. I think he's gonna realize he needs to go back to the same ladder block room.
Yeah, it'll be get that compass and sitting there with 14 bombs didn't feel like bombing the walls. Off he goes on his trip through 2.
Steel's found the Triforce already. He wants to find an item to go with it, but I think he's going to be forced into it here.
So he's gonna double dip.
There's that compass for chessjerk, so I think he should know after that bomb didn't work. Oh, he did that bomb too. Technically, that left bomb shouldn't be necessary based on the ladder, the transport spot, but he'll head right back, and he's got the ladder, so he'll get this Triforce quick. Still didn't find the item in here though, so I mean, if we're looking at silver arrows in 2, it's hidden somewhere.
Yeah, no item. No item and no map. It'll be interesting. There must be rooms past the Triforce.
Or immediately left of the Manhandla, right? There was a Manhandla on the bottom row that they didn't want to grab because there was a drop item, a floor item in the room, so that's the only other spot I'm thinking it could be. Either way, he's out of there. He knows he can come back whenever he wants to as soon as he grabs that recorder, so he's Triforce and go on a lot of these dungeons at this point.
Which is interesting. It'll be interesting to see if Steel's able to find the item here. The early Triforce in 5. Like you said, chessjerk will probably grab it and bail. So Steel is hoping for something good in here.
Especially with CJ seeing the bow at the white sword spot, there's really no incentive for him to dive deep. He is going to pick up the recorder here, give him a little bit of flexibility around the overworld, as well as open up a ton of spots. Right, the recorder's the item that's going to open up the most spots outside of a candle or bombs.
Yeah, it makes sense to grab it now. It saves a lot of time if you can clear the recorder rooms as you're going, rather than having to go back and redo them all.
Yeah, there's only 6 rooms on the overworld he can't get to. It's 4 power bracelet spots and then the 2 raft spots. So with that, with recorder in hand, there's a very good chance that he can get to every dungeon.
Steel has found a possible stair room, clearing out these bunnies. Interesting to see if chessjerk goes up and checks that bow too. Oh, it's the book. So in this flag set, book acts as an atlas, which means you get all the maps immediately walking into the dungeon. So we will get to see 2 eventually. Steel will have to go back. Playing high 5 on the southwest spot here. Thanks, Bogey Smalls, for the raid. Appreciate it. Yeah, chessjerk really taking advantage of this recorder grab. He's able to check all these spots as he's walking across the overworld. The bow denies him at 4. I don't think Steel has been up that way yet, so I don't think he knows that's there.
Steel checking the graveyard a couple more spots without the recorder. So he's passing up. He's passed up probably 4 or 5 spots now that he can't search that chessjerk can.
Alright, so it looks like Steel has found level 7. See, with the book, he automatically has the map, and it is a good one. It's actually not too big, but it is spread out quite nicely. Seven also comes with our friends the Wizrobes. chessjerk making his way into level 5. Be interesting to see with the early Triforce if he just grabs it and heads out. You know, Steel stuck around after picking it up, so you imagine chessjerk would see it on his path. Can't imagine he would stay, but we'll see. Steel hunts down the Triforce in 7. I imagine the Wizrobe's in here. He'll bail out. Sure enough, off he goes. chessjerk found a map with the ladder. He's able to grab it. Oh, that 5 is really small. Maybe he will stick around, hoping for silvers and or bracelet or raft. We'll find the book, which is helpful, but probably not exactly what he's looking for. He actually ends up finding the book first because of the ladder. He's able to clip into some rooms that Steel was not able to.
And this should be the Triforce room here, so he should be in and out of here in any second now, giving him a 1 Triforce advantage over Steel.
We have not seen the silvers yet. Still looking. Bow was white sword item. Steel, I don't know. Steel skipped these rooms on his way through, which is unfortunate. But it looks like this might lead him over to Candle Row, which would be great for him. As long as he doesn't get picked off on the way. Oh, and chessjerk is able to find level 1 under Recorder Lake here.
So this meets the required at least 1 dungeon under an item block, so that means the rest could be on the overworld. Immediate Triforce in 1, that's second room in. Another bomb.
Oh, baby, we got all the bombs tonight. We have all of them tonight.
So one is unique in that it'll have a floor heart, it'll have a floor item, and it'll have a second floor heart, or a second floor item, I guess. Or sorry, a staircase item. And Power Bracelet is the floor item immediately. So he's got everything except for the raft. The raft is the only thing that can keep him from finding every spot in the overworld.
Steel has worked his way into 3, so he'll be able to grab his ladder here. It'll be interesting to see if he makes a beeline for that recorder, or if he decides to keep looking.
I think that was a heart container pickup there for chessjerk, just there in the Lemola room, because I think he just got 6. And here's the item. If this is silver arrows, we're in for a treat. Nope, just a wand.
Wand is a really nice find.
So that's a full clear in 1. It was Power Bracelet, Wand, and that heart container. And we'll grab the Triforce and head out. Gives him a 2 Triforce advantage, and almost more importantly, it gives him that ladder advantage still. Steel in 3 will find the ladder in the next couple of minutes, but
not only that, chessjerk is now sitting on red ring and wand. He will be picking up the pace quite a bit, I believe.
Yeah, downside of that wand, though, is it comes with a book. I guess with red ring, that's not the worst thing in the world, but shooting fire at the end of your wand is not the most ideal thing. chessjerk is checking these graveside spots that Steel couldn't do his first pass through here. If there's a dungeon in one of these spots, I think that puts Steel even further behind, I think.
Yeah, and Steel is definitely hoping right now that there are no bracelet blocks levels. Might be a while until he gets back to Recorder Lake.
chessjerk farming some rupees, I guess? I don't quite know. I guess 77 rupees for a set of arrows, right? He knows where the bow is. I guess this works.
These are pro moves, Slamu. You wouldn't understand.
I was gonna say I don't think I've seen anybody farm the ghost in the graveyard since I was like 7. I'll take it. I mean, I love it.
chessjerk's got all the tricks in his bag. Been around a long time.
He's gonna find 7 here. We didn't get an item in 7. We're starting to run out of spots for items, so I mean, it's probably time to dig for some silvers, but at the same time, 9's always gonna have 2 items. And if you've already got a bow, you might as well head to 9 and try to find those items while you're searching for Ganon and the princess. So again, probably Triforce and go here for chessjerk. Steel, Raft, and Triforce in 3. He's climbing out of there. Technically, that puts him just 1 Triforce behind, but I think he's got some of these easier Triforces to find. And Steel's, then chessjerk's got some of the deeper ones. And honestly, that red ring plus wand is still just gonna put chessjerk faster through these dungeons. Those last 3 dungeons. All we're looking for is 4 at this point on the overworld, right?
Yeah, 4 is still missing. Hopefully Steel continues on this path. He'll work up to the bow. Be happy to see that. He already has his arrows. He will not have to farm the ghosts.
There's Steel picking up the bow. It's guaranteed on 6, so no problem there. He's got to get over to that raft spot and get that recorder pretty quick here. With, what was it? 1 being blocked under the lake, under Recorder Lake. He's got to get there quick to be able to try to keep pace here. I mean, the overworld and 9 can both be really good equalizers to balance things out, but he's got to start hoping things go his way here pretty soon.
Looks like chessjerk's gonna poke around a little. This might give Steel a little bit of time to catch up, depending on what ends up being in here. He has a lot of rooms left, so this item is buried in here. Could take a little bit of time.
Yeah, I mean the hard part here is, I mean, even if you find a push block, there's a good chance it's just going to take you to the other side, right? And that's where we're going right now. This is likely to take him to the other segment. He's got another 9 rooms up here to check, so. And 6 blue wisps to deal with to try to get back. Steel does find 4, so power bracelet not required this seed, nor is the raft.
Which is great news for him. So I believe Steel has seen all the levels minus 1. Is that correct?
Yep, he was in 2. He was in 6. Yep. 6 is right by start, and 2 is kind of southwest of where they started.
Steel getting fireballed in the door. Doesn't look too happy about it.
That's why I love SGLIVE right here. You get to see that reaction that you don't normally see on a restream.
The door protecting them from the snakes, but unfortunately sticking out far enough for the fireball to get in there.
That's why chessjerk wanted to dive 7. There was a heart.
He knew it was in there. Like I was saying earlier, they find him somehow. It's amazing. chessjerk goes up to 8 hearts.
Steel's doing his best to keep pace. He picked up the heart in 4 here. Still looking for the item. Only a handful of rooms left, so might as well keep going.
Yeah, he knows he needs an item to find level 1. So he's not leaving 4. It's small enough. Should be able to hammer it out. And you would think after this he's going to make a beeline for that recorder and just hope. So
yeah, chessjerk picks up that Triforce at 7. This puts Steel on a clock, right? So you basically have until chessjerk finds dungeon 4 to try to catch up as best as you can.
yeah, some of these rooms you can really see the difference that Wand and Red Ring make. Steel having to be a little bit more cautious, try not to die. You have Wand and Red Ring, you just power through. Those blue snakes, scare them away. Oh no. This is probably worst case scenario for Steel. I mean, well, you'd assume he'd still go get Recorder, and that would check off that wrap spot. Maybe it helps him, because there are some levels over by Vanilla First Quest 4. So if he checks that raft spot, it might pull him over to the Dead Woods, which is where he needs to be. We'll see.
Yeah, chessjerk picking up his bow and heading right here, and I'm pretty sure this is 4 right here that he's gonna walk into, so. Nope, was it the one next to it?
Up the ladder, I believe. But he managed to skip West Death Mountain, so.
Oh, it is up the ladder, okay.
Oh no, it was off to the side.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, chessjerk will get there, right? I mean, he'll take a little bit. Oh, there's the first bombs of the seed we find that cost 1 rupee. Too bad these guys already have a plethora of bombs in their satchels.
Yeah, I don't. Steel should be running away from the mountain here. There's nothing that can be up here for him.
So he hasn't seen 2 or 1, right?
No, he was in 2.
And he hasn't been in a dungeon that's been blocked.
Correct. So
at this
by
point,
default, he should know.
Power bracelet.
It's item blocked.
Yeah, power bracelet, bow, or power bracelet, recorder, or raft blocked. So go get the recorder and start hitting only those spots. That's what he should be doing. Granted, we can say that comfortably from our.
Yeah, it's no doubt. It's real easy to notice these things. Behind the microphone.
All right, so where are those silver arrows? Silver arrows could be in 2 or 9, right? And that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Knowing that, and knowing chessjerk's gonna hit 4 here in a second, do you think he goes back to 2 first? There can't be that many rooms left.
I think the fact that they got the book makes it makes sense to go back. Like you said, there can't be very many rooms left. Chessjerk, especially with Red Ring and Wand, he'll fly through it. But I think the book makes all the difference in the world going back.
All right, Steel taking a potion from the Take Any. It looks like he is finally going to go get that recorder. He's got to find that right recorder spot to find one as soon as possible. This chessjerk just walked in the board. Looking at the size of this, I think he probably bails on this, right? And just grabs and goes, it looks like. Oh, no, he's gonna... Interesting room to fight. I mean, is he searching out another heart container?
He just knows. He just knows. It's amazing.
Wow. Heart magnet right there.
They just have a way of finding them. It really is uncanny.
He is digging for the item here. I guess there's not a ton of rooms here. I just feel like, I mean, a dozen rooms here versus 2 and 9. Okay, I think I don't know if he's full abandoning and just gonna grab the Triforce. He might clear all these rooms. I mean, it's a dozen rooms, but you have the recorder. I mean, is it worth the time? I don't know.
Yeah, toss up for sure. Kind of. I think it depends on how you're feeling, right?
It's all.
You
It's
feel
also
like
not a
you're
floor,
doing
right?
pretty well. You might dig.
It's guaranteed to be on a stairs, and I mean, only so many of these rooms can actually have potential staircase blocks. Of course, they say that he's coming close to a full clear at this point.
I mean, it's what happens when you decide to stay. If you leave, the item is 1 room away from the Triforce, and if you decide to stay, you're gonna full clear it. That's the way it goes. Looks like he has found it. He will not bother. He'll be on his way. Triforce, and then back to 6. I was hoping the raft might take Steel back down towards the vanilla raft spot, but unfortunately he's checking all these recorder spots, which is where you can see, chessjerk getting that early ladder, running over, grabbing the recorder. He was able to do all these on the way. Now Steel's having to go back and double up. Big time sink. But Steel is dialing it in. It looks like chessjerk is going to go back to 2. Takes the recorder right back. Let's get the map now. We can finally see which wall we missed. Oh, and that bunny room had the map right at the start. I think someone said that in chat when Steel was bumbling around too. It's interesting that he didn't clear that. Seemed to have cleared everything else. I mean, I get it. Would have taken a while.
2, you almost have to, right? I mean, 2 is one of 2 different dungeons where you have to find that floor item.
Steel finds Recorder Lake. He needs to giddy up a little. We finally find the mysterious bomb wall in 2. I don't know how Steel missed that bomb wall. Feels like he bombed every single wall in there.
That's okay. When he comes back, he'll find it quickly because he's got 20 bombs now.
Oh, it's the white sword. Which means we're going to be on a silver arrow hunt in 9.
The best part is it's silver arrows and a banana. It's everybody's favorite. Banana first, please.
Almost guaranteed.
Steel still swinging a wooden stick and a little lighter, whereas chessjerk at this point, I mean, essentially has the master sword and a magic wand. It's kind of, I mean, the difference in attack power is kind of comical at this point. But Steel's doing his best to keep up with the tools that he's got.
Yeah, and I mean this 6 is it's something. It's pretty big. So Chester could be in here a while looking for this Triforce. See which one goes the right way in here.
Yeah, if he goes exactly the wrong direction and last location's Triforce, that gives, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 minutes back to Steel potentially. You can see a fair amount of self-inflicted damage with those fireballs, though. Luckily, a fireball is not going to do a whole ton of damage when you're in a red ring. This should be Steel's bracelet that I think he knows is useless. No, it's the wand. One's the wand. The bracelet's on the ground.
Yeah, so he'll be happy to see that, especially with all these Lionels and Fires and 6. Certainly help.
This should be a Triforce grab, and he'll be out of there, and then he's back to 2, I bet, pretty quickly.
Yeah, it should be, I would imagine, back to 2. And then he's just hoping, his Triforce is buried and he finds the right way in here.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, at this point, he's not that far behind, maybe 5 minutes. And, I mean, 9 can be a 20-minute ordeal on its own, so, especially when you gotta find silvers. The other thing is, Steel's missing red ring. They're both missing second item in 8, aren't they? Or am I crazy? No, the second item in 8 was the blue boomerang. They are missing it, but chessjerk saw it.
Correct.
I wouldn't say he's missing it. I don't think he wants it.
So you would imagine Steel sticks around, grabs his white sword here before off to the transfer. He'll get a little bit of offense boost as well. He's kind of getting his wish. I mean, this Triforce it's in here somewhere. No compass, no Triforce on chessjerk's side.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Steel and you come in here, I guess I mean, obviously, perfect knowledge that we have on our side, seeing both screens. I don't know if you feel behind as Steel at this point. Do you kind of beeline for that ugly part at a 6, or do you clear it the normal way?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like he kind of walked through a lot of the rooms on the right, maybe, early on. So it's a matter of, do you go back to those rooms, or do you just go where you haven't been yet?
He does get the white sword there. Quick up A, he's going to grab a Triforce, get out of here. That puts him a Triforce and a half behind, essentially, because chessjerk's down to the last 10 or 12 rooms here in 6, so.
Yeah,
Compass
looks like he
helps. It
has
shows them
found the
exactly the
compass.
spot. That's a pretty ugly spot compared to where they started. So. All right, with that, chessjerk is going to sprint on down to 9. I don't know the best way there. Maybe there's maybe you can flute to 3, but it's a quick journey down. He'll be a 9. He's got everything he needs. Just got to find those silvers.
Yep. Keep an eye on Steel. See how quick he's able to get through that 6.
Did I miss Steel already clearing 4? Yeah, I
Yes.
thought, okay, he does. He does.
Yep, Steel's done 4.
I was gonna say even being that far behind would be a little worse off. But if he's just
So you see his map. He's been in a lot of these right rooms. So it'll be interesting to go see if he goes back and clears them. Looks like he might be heading that way.
Yeah, I think there was this is the Lionel room right here, and I think this is where he died the first time. So. Yeah, he wants to get these last 3 rooms checked off.
So we know silver arrows are in here. I believe chessjerk knows silver arrows are in here.
Yes,
And I believe Steel will, almost 100% gamble that silver arrows are in here.
Yeah, I would call it 100% clear for chessjerk.
Oh, and look at this! You've got to be kidding me! Oh man, right there. Couldn't be easier. I mean,
in the massive game of Connect 4 that is this level 9, chessjerk finds the arrows in the second room in.
I mean, that's got to be a bad sign for the rest of the level, right? Like, there's got to be magic stairs here or something.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is like a triple connector to get to Ganon.
Way too easy. Oh, look at this. Ganon just hanging out right next door.
When I said triple connector, I meant just walk through the next 3.
Yeah, 3 doors.
So he's going to walk out here, take 2 steps to the north, and there's going to be Zelda's room.
So we're now looking for a shutter door that pops open when you walk into the room.
So he's only got 50 rooms left to look for it.
Right. I know. So quick to the arrows. Oh my goodness, and a compass on the ground.
Got the compass. Oh, wow.
Oh, and she is only 2 rooms up. And it bombs.
Wow. All right. Oh, nope. Not coming this way.
Not yet. Okay. 9 trying to redeem itself here.
Ooh, and the virus being over 4 health is... it's going to create a laggy room. You almost hope for a no bomb here, but yep, he's gonna take it the long way.
Here we go. Oh, and an old man here blocking the path.
You see that face palm from the chessjerk side? He's like, "Wow, can we find a more roundabout path to?"
Oh, another room that doesn't bomb up. All right. Well, looks like we're going to have a little bit of adventure here in 9. Arrows were easy. Ganon was easy. Compass was easy. Girl, not so much.
Yeah, at this point, he's going to start checking staircases, because I don't think there was another way out. I guess this left could get him out to the left, but just as likely to take a staircase straight to the princess at this point. Steel still digging through 9. I mean, 9's not an easy one, so... He's doing his best to clear it as fast as possible.
Yeah, this 6 was just, it's nasty. It's a lot of rooms. Triforce is far, far away. Fortunately, he needed a quick path there, and he was unable to find one.
First of 6 staircases, 1 out of 6.
Oh,
Immediate attack from Princess.
What a 9.
Get your GGs out here. You've got chessjerk walking it in, and that is a finish. I don't have an official race time, but somewhere around 104.43. chessjerk giving us the gotta have heart sign there, and that's going to be him advancing to the bracket, the knockout stages. So congrats to him. Get your GGs in chat. Also GGs to Steel here. I mean, a hard fought battle. He knew nothing was on the line, but he didn't let that stop him. So congratulations, chessjerk. We've got you in here. Congrats on advancing, and congrats on the win tonight.
Thank you very much. How you guys doing tonight?
Well, that was one of the hardest 9s we've seen in the tournament.
One of the hardest lines I've seen in the last 3 days. That's for sure.
You had to take all of 1 stair and maybe 4 doors.
I hope everyone appreciated my prediction about all of those bomb walls along the 3rd row not bombing or not accessible, because obviously it wasn't going to be that simple. But at least it was just a little more work after that.
At least it gave you something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just a really great seed. I mean, really well played on your part. I think the big difference really was, you were quicker to 3 in the ladder. It allowed you to grab the recorder early and kind of hit the spots as you went.
Yeah, I did like my overworld route, especially when I found the ladder. It made overworld exploration pretty straightforward. So, and not having to double back is always a plus.
Now, what was your thought process on digging 8 with the early Triforce?
Well, I mean, 2 items. It's early. It didn't seem overly bad as far as digging. I think I only had 3 hearts at the time, but sometimes, and I think when I saw the map, it wasn't that big. It was just stringy, I guess you could say.
Yes,
long,
it was spread
long
out.
paths. But finding both items next to each other. I mean, the red ring when you have 3 hearts is quite the nice find.
It was, and I think, because I mean, pretty much up to that point, you and Steel were basically on the same screen.
Nice.
And then with the early Triforce, we finally got some divergence. Steel opted to try and bail. You dug, and certainly, red ring speeds you up tremendously.
Absolutely. I did have 4 early deaths that I was not too proud of, but luckily...
Well, the Gorias make you work.
Yeah, well, blue Gorias, they are cheaters. I will say that till the end of time.
There's no doubt.
How are they that accurate? How do they know when I'm about to turn or when I'm about to swing my sword?
Speaking of how do you know, I mean, your ability to find these heart containers is just... second to none. It's unbelievable.
Well, you know what they say. You gotta have heart. I did appreciate that I dug 7 for 2 heart containers in the same room. That's my kind of seed right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, there was a couple of spots where you were clearing a room that definitely didn't have an item, and it was like the one room you cleared in the entire dungeon. It just happened to be the heart. So
I don't know. They follow me around. What can I say? They know I appreciate them, and the feeling is mutual.
Well, and with the red ring, I don't think you went below. I mean,
yeah, no, I wasn't. I think I was in danger of dying maybe once, maybe with just excessive like Lionels or something like that, or maybe it was the whiz ropes just kind of stayed away in the sea. That was a nice touch.
Yeah, we were joking that we hadn't seen him. Slammy opened his big mouth, and then they were in the next room.
Yeah.
But then, really didn't play a factor tonight.
Yeah, I think there was one room that had 6 of them, and you just walked right through it. It wasn't necessary, so.
Oh well, they can stay home all they want. I'm okay with it.
You're still thinking he's going to have a really quick 9. He's about to get the same bad news that chessjerk did as he walks down this row and nothing bombs up. The old man was a nice touch as well.
Yeah, I was fully prepared for the six staircase search for the right one, just like the last night. But sadly, it was not meant to be.
Yeah, no, first staircase feels feels nice, I'm sure.
Yeah, and that has to be. I mean, I think if I'm remembering correctly, my first race with Spoodosaurus also had silvers in 9 in the first room. I'm almost positive that that's happened at least twice to me.
We'll file the bug report in the morning. This is unacceptable.
Clearly, there's a bug in the code that puts silvers way too close to the entrance of 9 when they're in 9.
Yeah, 56 room 9, and I think all of 5 of them were necessary.
Yeah, let me think. If you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think you had to go around, so it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 maybe rooms total. But I didn't try to bomb up into the staircase that was the right staircase. But still, 12 out of 56. Can't complain about that.
Definitely not. So this puts you in a spot where you are in the 8-man bracket that's going to start next week.
That is correct.
What are your thoughts about that? I mean, excited? I mean, obviously it's one of the bigger Zelda 1 tournaments that are out there.
For sure. And, I mean, it's nice that I didn't get this far last year. Last year I was on the other end of Jet Sea mania. So it was nice to be on the right side once in a while. And yeah, I mean the competition only gets harder from here in my mind. I mean, you look at the people who have already qualified for brackets, getting down to the cream of the crop, best of the best. It'll be a good time. I mean, not to say that my current opposition in this stage was any worse, but
yeah, I was gonna say you did really well. You certainly pulled one of the. Oh, look at this! There's a second stair that goes up here.
what a the freest 9 ever in the world.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
But you certainly were dealt a tough hand, the Wheel of Doom.
Yeah.
I mean, you played really well here.
Thank you very much.
Get your GGs in chat for Steel. I mean, 111, nothing to sneeze at. Really good time. Fortunately tonight, not good enough. And we are joined by eatmysteel. GG's, well done.
Hey, GG guys. GG chessjerk.
GG Steel. That was quite the 9 that we had there.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good. I was watching the restream back of you finishing and finding that one room that went up there. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Because
I was all ready to talk about, hey, so you found the staircase to Zelda, and then we'd be talking about completely different staircases. Go figure. Because that always happens.
Yeah, right. I was thinking the one that I found. It was like, oh hey, there's one. Then I went to the next room. Oh, there's another one.
Yep.
Looking, it could have been an item, I suppose, but that was pretty funny.
You actually ended up going the hard way. You know, you had 2 extra rooms, I think. Just one of the
had that added exploration. You can tell me all about his added exploration level 9. Tell me all about it.
I mean, I don't know, because you had to go and restart and go back through. I think it was probably about even as far as...
That's what I did. Yeah, I restarted because I knew that I had passed at least 3 potential staircase rooms. And I figured, because I can't do the clip to get back through the turnstile room. So I'm just going to up A and check those staircases, and third tries the charm.
I think the stair I took was like 3 rooms away from that path by the old guy. So
it's almost like the game was. It's almost like the game was ready for bedtime. It's like, okay, guys, just finish. I gotta go.
Check all 6 staircases all led to Zelda.
I've already done that. I did that last night. I didn't want to do it again.
Yeah, I was biting my nails. I was biting my nails watching your race last night, man. And I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like rooting for it. I was like, "Oh god, he's gotta win! Keep me alive!" I mean, it wasn't anyway. It turns out, but yeah. Okay. I mean, I
can imagine you saying, "Go left." No, not that left. The other way. Yeah.
No, I mean this was a good scene. I don't feel bad at all how I played this one. I mean, everything went pretty well. I think it really just kind of came down to routing. And I heard you found a red ring, which that would have been nice. Although,
yeah,
it didn't really take too many deaths. So, you know, I I felt pretty good about it, so it was good. Glad to see you advance. I hope you do well, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I had 4 early deaths to combinations of Gurias and Lionels, and you know, just I found when I found 8, I saw the Triforce, went a little bit further, and I mean, the items were right next to each other in the top right section of the dungeon, so that was a nice touch. Although I found when I found the map of 8, it was like a long string from the top left corner down to the middle, and then up to the top right corner. Very weird map.
Early dungeons like those big ones, I was like happy to find a Triforce and leave. My goal was just to keep pressing on as much as possible after my race with Psytown for banging my head against a 3 for 15 extra minutes. So
that's definitely not recommended. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about that. It was a good seed. You know, hour 10 is pretty good in these flags. So
it is.
No,
I mean, I was when I was talking about yesterday the previous seed. I don't think I had a single practice seed that was under 115. I mean, maybe one, but then to get like a 55 and a 104 back to back, I don't understand that at all. But I'll take it.
Yeah, I think I had 110 seed before this. Otherwise, they were all like an hour and a half, an hour 45. They're just awful.
Yeah, I would say you played it really well, Steel. chessjerk had. The real turning thing, I think, was just the routing. And chessjerk got into 3 pretty early. For the first, 10, 15 minutes, you guys basically were doing exactly the same thing. And then he routed up, you routed down, and, that was kind of the turning point there.
Yeah, I mean, the big differentiator was that ladder in 3 and finding that. The only other thing, Steel, I think... you had seen 7 dungeons and you hadn't seen a hidden one yet, and you were still bombing on Death Mountain, but it was 30 seconds up there, so that wasn't a huge time difference.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just going to say, too. My only thing was, because I found 4, and 4 was the second to last dungeon I needed, and I just kept kind of going, and as I'm, like, going through Death Mountain, I'm, like, counting the other dungeons I found and where I found them. I was like, do I need to keep going? And by the time I was, like, 2 spots away from clearing that Western Death Mountain, I was like, oh no, I don't. So I just finished clearing. I was like, maybe I'll get. I did find like a take any up there, so it was all right.
Yeah, that's like my only unexplored area is Western Death Mountain, and I'm missing a take any. So there's definitely a take any up there. I heard Mags was on a raft spot. I feel kind of sad. I had 11 hearts. I could have tried for Mags. Yeah, that was the one by start too, the Eastern one. So I only had 7 hearts, I think, something like that. Maybe. Yeah, 4 was my last dungeon, so by the time I didn't, I knew the raft was definitely not required, so I didn't even pick it up. Yeah, and I always had the recorder in the back of my mind too, but I was just like, well, I'm just gonna keep going, and then I can up A and go check all the raft spot and stuff on my way back to the recorder. So I really wouldn't have routed that any differently than I did. It's just, getting to 3 earlier probably was
rando.
Yeah, having the red ring to be able to blaze through quicker, 5 minutes isn't too much, so it's good. Yeah.
No, and the wand, being able to record her as he went, chessjerk was certainly into 1 a lot quicker. Had that wand, and once he was wand and red ring, the pace picked up. Sure did.
So there were quite a few beefy enemies in this seed too. I mean, it seemed like there were 5 HP blue moblins everywhere. Oh yeah, I don't know if you found that power bracelet out of 2 early. That's something I'm glad. I mean, I was banging my head against 2 a little bit, trying to see if I could get to that Triforce. Figured it was ladder blocked eventually, but yeah, it was in 1. Yeah, it was on the floor in 1, but I think I checked 1 power bracelet spot. By the time I was looking for, I went around, got 7, and I was looking for 4 and found 4. Oh yeah. 2 was White Sword, right? White Sword. Yeah, I mean, I got into 2. I saw the bunny room. I knew that was going to be the map, and I thought it's going to take me 8 years to kill these bunnies with the White Sword. I'm gonna bomb a few rooms and see how far I get. And then if I was segmented, like, oh, just give me the Triforce and get out of here. I'll come back with a bow and just shoot the bunnies and figure out from there. And by the time I got back, I had, I had the, bow, arrows. I had the book. I already had the map. I don't know why I cleared the room. I just wanted revenge on the bunnies, I guess. But it was a very odd bomb wall missing that led to the White Sword. But I figured that it was better to do that than dig 9, because who knows if silvers are in 9, who knows where they are, besides the first room in. But that doesn't always happen that way. Just to me, 2 out of 3 seeds in a row. But still,
6 did its best imitation tonight.
6 was amazing. Yeah, 6, you had to go through what 20 rooms to get to the Triforce. I did that. I found 2 staircases. I didn't take either one. I think, but there may have been a faster route somewhere.
Yeah, I had the red candle really early out of 6, and then just like no, I'm not digging all that. Came back later, and yeah, I found the compass eventually, but still, yeah, like 20 rooms.
It was so far away. I was mad because I died on a screen with a take any. Went back, got the blue candle, then went to 6 and got the red candle. I thought, oh, well, I could have gotten another heart. I sometimes take the heart. I sometimes take the heart before a candle too, because 1 for the memes, and 2 because you might find the red candle fast. And there's always other take any's, and you can always save up money. And the money was excellent this season. With maximum medium sacred, I had so much money. Bought both bomb upgrades, bought arrows.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, I mean the game almost forced you to buy bomb upgrades. They were right in your way, and they had money right before them.
Yeah, I had that thought of just retrying when I found that red candle. I was like, no, that's still like a long walk through 6. No.
I did do for the 2nd seed in a row, I grinded guineas for money because I found the arrow shop in the grave and I was like 10 rupees short. And I thought, okay, I haven't gotten the bow yet. I know where it is. I can pick it up. I should probably buy arrows just in case. Thinking about the bunnies in 2 as a possibility. So took two screens
sending Slamu
to get the money.
Just confusing Slamu to no end once you started grinding the ghost.
Oh, mission accomplished.
I haven't seen that since I played Zelda as a 7-year-old, so I appreciated the throwback to
I have
farming them for a blue ring.
I have fond memories of killing guineas over and over and over and over and over again for money. It's a good relaxing pastime. Good old throwback to 30 some odd years ago.
Well, we were expecting a great race tonight, and I would say you guys delivered. It was really well played on both ends. A little bit of a routing difference, kind of made the difference here, but really well played for both of you.
Besides that, just rando being rando.
That's why we love it.
Love it. Yes, that's not a question. That's a statement.
Speaking of rando, did you manage to finish yours, Shay?
I was about to ask, Shay, did you get anywhere close? You look like you were on quite the jet seat before I called you. Said, "Hey, we got commentary to do." That was pretty funny.
So close, but that's okay.
You can go back and finish it later.
So GG's to Steel and GG's to chessjerk. Moving on. Good luck in the brackets.
Thank you very much. And GG Steel, great race.
Yeah, GG, go get him, man.
Thank you, I will. And thanks, guys, for the commentary. Thanks for Slamu. I'm guessing you jumped. Like they put out a call. We can't let Shaddy do commentary by himself. You got to get someone else in here. So
somebody has to moderate Shaddy. Make sure he stays PG and keeps on track.
I can't wait to watch it back and see if you actually held him to that.
I had to teach him how Discord worked in the middle of the race because he was watching the Twitch stream instead of the
awesome. I love it.
The feed in here. He was about 15 seconds behind me.
That's fantastic. All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, GG chessjerk. Good luck in the future.
Thanks, Slamu, for joining me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, as we walk this out, we've got a handful of matches left. Nothing set up for restream yet, but keep an eye on the Discord because a match scheduled tomorrow, 2 Friday, and 1 Sunday so far. All of which I believe have implications for who's going to make the final. So keep an eye on that. And with that, I've got nothing else. Shady, you want to walk us out?
Yep, just GG's again to chessjerk and GG's to Steel. Really well played. Make sure you go give them a follow. And we will see you next time. Thanks.